Welcome to Legobricks. Hello Lego fans, and welcome to another Lego review. Today we're going to be reviewing Lego City Heavy Hauler, that's set number 7998. Now this is actually the oldest set we've reviewed on this channel so far, as it came out way back in 07. So let's take a look and see what you get. This is definitely the most detailed vehicle I've ever seen in Lego. So let's start off at the front. So at the front you get an array of lights here. Now the way it comes in the box is actually slightly different to how it's configured here. These two yellow lights here are actually not on the original, they're just white pieces, but I believe it's designed so that you can add as many lights as you want because it hinders to that kind of design. You also have a number plate at the bottom, B and then 7998, the set number. You have two lights at the bottom, so they're like fog lights, and then you've got the rest of your headlights here. So you've got two here, and yes, it includes indicators. I am so grateful for that. Thank you so much, Lego. Why don't you make your new sets of indicators? If you know me, you know I love indicators on these Lego models because it just adds so much realism, and I like that. And then yeah, so you've got your indicators, you've got a big grille at the front that's made of 5 vent pieces. Then you have a windscreen, or that's actually two window panes joined together. Then on the left and right you have two wing mirrors. They're pretty simple, they're just made of 3 pieces and they swivel in and out. Then at the top you have two horns, which are actually the same as binoculars in other sets, and then above those you have small headlights which can swivel around, but they are limited in their movement. Then above that you have a sign which says LCB. I'm not sure what LCB stands for, I think it's Lego City something, I'm not sure what the B stands for. Then on the left and right of that there are two antennas, so they could be for the radio. Then again, more indicators, yes, so you've got on both sides kind of the upper portion, and then you have two chimneys, exhaust, whatever you want to call them. So now let's take a look inside the cabin. So to look inside you have to take this bit off here. Now it is actually not the easiest thing to take off. Now this is quite an old set, so that probably only makes it worse, but this whole cabin piece isn't very stable. As you can see, it just comes off sometimes, and I believe Lego should have put more bricks under there to support it. So inside you've got a bed here, and you've got two seats, and this is really detailed in here. As you can see, you also have a cup, you even have a gearbox. Yeah, it's just the antenna piece, but yeah, it includes a gearbox. And then you have like a radio and a speedometer and stuff, and of course a steering wheel. So behind the cabin we have these compartments on both sides which house the, I'm not sure what they're called, just stopper pieces, and these are used when the crane is in its tipping mode, and I'll show you that in a moment. And your minifigure can hold it. I would have liked to see them include more than just 2, but 2 is adequate. Then you have pretty basic detailing, quite smooth, simple, nothing too fancy along the sides. And then obviously because there's 2 trailers here, they do detach. So there's a piece at the back of the first trailer, and at the back of the first trailer you have indicators again, awesome, and brake and rear lights there. So now let's go over the rear trailer, which is really quite similar to the front trailer, but the only difference being is that obviously there's no cabin. Instead you have this kind of hinge piece here which swivels around, and it does follow the truck quite well. Obviously when it's reversing it's not the smoothest of operations, but when you're going forward it does follow rather well. And again, indicators here, brake and rear lights, and this time you have the number plate here. And then now I'll show you the mechanism of both of the trailers. They are quite similar in mechanisms. So the first trailer tips up, but as you can see there's pretty simple design for this compared to something like the mobile crane, which was really fiddly and a lot of detail. This is less complicated, which I think is actually a good thing because it makes it more accessible to more people. Now, when you push down this front, I don't know what to call this, just this trailer piece to carry apart, when you push it down, it doesn't really clip properly. It's not the smoothest operation, and there's a piece, like a slanted piece, that's meant to lock into, and when it does lock into it, it stays secure. But if it doesn't, it's quite a pain. And then on both of the trailers you have hazard lights along the sides, so there's 2 on each side, and then you have the LCB logo on both sides. And now let's move over to the rear trailer. So I'll just show the tipping motion again. The minifigure. Now the minifigure is pretty simple. The one I'm showing you is not the actual one that came with the set. I'm sorry about that. I don't know where he is, but I did make a mock-up of the one that comes with it. Now, basically, it's the same as the one I'm showing you now, apart from the face is not. The face is slightly different. So yeah, I believe that's everything. If you have any questions on the set, of course, you can leave them down below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out this channel and subscribe to see more. If you want to follow us, we're at Legobricks Tweet on Twitter. I'm Dominic London, and this has been our review of the Lego City Heavy Hauler Set 7998. Guten Tag.